It is warm. 32 degrees today. 32. So this comes at absolutely perfect timing. Ordered myself a fan. If ever there was a sign that I need to go down a weight category. I've literally walked about half a mile down the road after going for lunch with my mum and my granddad, and I'm sweating balls. Ugh. If you follow me on Instagram as well, you'll know that I had some rather tasty pre-workout snacks. At least I'm sweating out the beer. Anyway, let's see if the fan works. This is going to take longer than I thought. Be back in 2 minutes. Goodbye sleepless nights. It's time to go and squat and bench. See you in the gym. Hey bro, long time no see. I've just got a new fan.
What? You got a new subscriber?
No, like air conditioning.
Oh.
You've not got the right to there.
Right, I've just got back from the gym, so apologise, I continue to be a sweaty mess, but I'm going to quickly talk about bulking. So I got a question on Instagram today by someone who goes to my gym, and it asked, alright Phoenix, any chance you could give me a bit of advice on bulking? Been trying for a while but can't seem to put weight on, and I was just looking for some tips and stuff, but everything on the web seems to be the same and doesn't really seem to work. Thought seeking advice from an actual person, not just internet, might provide some more effective results. So I'm going to give you an answer through the internet. So I think first and foremost, a lot of younger guys that are looking to bulk want to lean bulk, so they want to be putting on a lot of size, but they aren't really willing to sacrifice their physique. They don't want to lose their abs. And if you're a beginner starting out, like Ollie is, he's relatively young, putting on size, you can do that while still maintaining muscle mass and staying quite lean. For someone like me who's 27 years old, bulking is difficult to stay lean while I bulk. It's just your metabolism slows down, and it's just one of those things. So in a way you have to get out of the mindset of maintaining a really lean physique. Once you can sort of get in the mindset of, right, I'm bulking, it doesn't matter what I look like, I'm just trying to put on size, that is priority number one. Get out of the mindset of being lean. Hottest day of the year, and now it's just started raining. So I do get it, guys that sort of between the ages of 16 to 25, obviously I was there once, your metabolism is so much quicker than someone who's in their late 20s, early 30s and up, and generally you're more active, so you are going to be burning more calories. So what you need to be doing is obviously taking in more calories, because to be in a bulking phase you need to be in a caloric surplus. There's no getting around that. In order to do that you do need to have more food, but that doesn't mean you have to necessarily have big bulk food. I think the way of going about bulking for me, especially when I have been bulking in particular, is fortifying your food. So having, say you want to have a clean diet still, and you want to have veg, rice, chicken for example, you can only have so much of that before you literally feel like being sick, and you're not going to be in a surplus. So the biggest advice I can give you is just adding in a slab of butter, something like that. people may gasp and think, oh no, if I do that I'm going to get fat. You won't get fat if you're adding in say, I don't know, 40 grams of butter. That's, I can't do the maths, but it's going to be around about 200-300 extra calories that you're having per meal. By doing that, you're going to be putting yourself closer to that surplus, and therefore you're going to be putting on more size. So a lot of people, when they're bulking, they think, right, I need to have more protein because that's going to build more muscle and I'm going to get bigger. That's not the case. Your protein should be fairly consistent all year round, and it should be around about a gram per pound of body weight. So I'm about 220 pounds in body weight, give or take. So that means I should have around about 220 grams of protein. But I wouldn't stress too much about that. Having around about 2 grams per kilo is also pretty good. So keep that consistent. So I would also try and keep your fat fairly consistent as well. So I kind of aim to have around 30% of my diet being fat, so whatever that equates to in your caloric need. And then carb, you just fill in the gaps. So whatever you need to be in a surplus, I'd put in carbs. So that's easier said than done for someone that doesn't like eating, and especially with carbs. They can be quite filling as well, especially if you're having it from a natural source like vegetables. That's where I would say boosting your fat content is probably a better shout, because it's so much easier to consume fat. Fat per gram is 9 calories, so it's obviously a lot more than carbs. So your caloric surplus is going to be easily achieved by having more fat than carbs. And it's really easy to eat just butter in mashed potato because you don't really notice it. So it's little tips like that, just adding in extra fat can definitely give you really easy calories. I think especially as well, if you're between the ages of like 16 to 25, having a cheat meal, so having literally your favourite foods more often, definitely won't matter, because you're more likely to be able to burn it off because you're going to generally be more active anyway. So having foods that you enjoy, first and foremost, you want to enjoy eating, so have a good relationship with food. If you're having rice and chicken every single day, you're going to get bored of that, and you're going to be finding it hard to really get into that surplus. So if you already are fortifying your food, so you're putting oil in extra things, butter in extra things, having full fat milk, that sort of thing, and you're eating as much as you can, you're having all your cheat meals, and you're literally eating everything you can before being sick, and you're still not putting on weight and you're still not gaining muscle, I would then look at how much cardio you're doing and how much energy you're actually expending. So I would say if you're playing sports, it's now pissing it down. If you're playing rugby, things like that, obviously you need to train and you need to do those things, but do you need to be running on the treadmill? Do you need to be doing these extra things which are going to be burning all these extra calories as well? So I'd bring down some of the expenditure you'll be doing in the gym, focus more on resistance training rather than sort of cardio, and then that combined with all the food that you're going to be eating, you should start to put on some weight. I think the biggest thing really when bulking is not worrying too much about how you're looking, it's just thinking about the end goal. So naturally, if you are bulking properly, you are going to be putting on fat, unless you literally are just beginning with resistance training, like I say, then you're very much likely to build muscle and not put on that much fat. But if you're in a caloric surplus, with building muscle does come fat gain as well. It's just inevitable. That is how our bodies are designed. If we're in a surplus, we're going to be putting on fat as well. So don't stress too much if your abs are starting to disappear a little bit. Once you've put on that muscle, you can then do some sort of lean cut and then you'll have abs anyway. So don't stress too much, eat whatever you like and fortify your food. Here's a bonus tip as well. Liquid calories. Have a big protein shake, full fat meal, peanut butter, about 1,000 calories, easy, 30 seconds, done. So here's another bonus tip for you. When I first started training, I'd be having 5 small meals a day, because on the bodybuilding forums that's what it said you needed to do. So you needed to have regular food to keep you anabolic, some bullshit like that. But what I found that did, although I was having plenty of calories, it was making my stomach smaller because I was only having small meals. And when I say stomach, I mean my actual stomach, not my abs. Therefore, I wasn't really enjoying eating, and it was actually a bit of a chore each time I had a meal. I wasn't really, I was getting full up really quickly, put it that way. So what I switched to was having 2 big meals in the day. So at lunchtime I skip breakfast and I'd have a big meal at lunchtime, lots of protein, lots of carbs, everything. And for dinner same thing, I'd have a really big meal. What I found is that actually stretched my stomach and I could actually eat more. So when it came to having snacks, it was easy, I could put it away, and that's probably the easiest way that I've managed to start bulking. And don't worry about the whole sort of, oh, you won't be able to process all the protein. Like, for about 2 years I probably was having around about 100 grams of protein per meal, and I'm fine. You know, I've managed to build muscle, build strength, and it's not really affected me. So the whole sort of, oh, you have to have regular protein for every 2 hours, that's complete bullshit. For me personally, I always enjoy eating, sort of no matter what that is, so I've never really struggled bulking. I struggle with the dieting. You're ruining my shot, mate. So, if I want to practice what I preach, just got my usual dinner. This is just chicken biryani with a little bit of naan bread, but fortify it with a little bit of oil. I'm not bulking at the moment, but just to show you an example, pour a load of oil on, mix it in. You literally will not taste the difference, doesn't look any different, but I've just thrown on about 150 extra calories. Literally tastes the same. Inky's bulking as well. Just kidding. Rob Hutton. Last vid was really good, mate. Slick editing and no rambling on. Nice PB on bench, by the way. Reckon you're stronger than me on that now. Video didn't feel as long as it was. Maybe avoid this one then, because all I do is waffle on for about 10 minutes about bulking. It's nice of you to say though. I'm definitely not stronger than you on the bench as well. Alright guys, I'm going to sign out the video now because I need to be up nice and early in the morning because Sam is coming over. We are doing a donut challenge, but that's going to be a separate video and probably not going to be the next video. It's probably going to be sometime in the future that I actually release that because it's probably going to take quite a lot of time to edit and things like that. But it does mean I'm going to go to bed now and get to try out the fan for the first time. Sorry it's been a little bit of a rambly video, as Rob put it. Obviously just talking about bulking and just a lot of talking to the camera, but I hope you took something out of it. Not as fun to make videos like this because I don't get to be as creative with editing and stuff, but I thought it made an interesting topic, so there's that. Right, starting out the video, I'm still rambling, so I will see you in the next one. Take care, peace. So having a little look on Amazon last night like you do, and I found an absolutely fantastic deal. Delivery was pretty breezy as well.